Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today we got a little bit of a different movie that we're going to be checking out. As you guys know, I've been checking out Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies so far, but now we're going to switch it out and we're going to be checking out Apollo 13. This movie was made in 1995. This movie was actually requested from one of my Ultimate Tier members, Jonathan Edge, on my Patreon. So yeah, big shout out to him. But what was actually kind of funny about this is because I was about to start checking out some space movies, so this goes perfect with it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know a whole lot about stuff that has happened in space with us, with going to the moon and everything. I know people always like to say, oh, we never been to the moon and stuff, that was fake. I believe that we went to the moon, but the little summary that I read about this movie on what it's kind of gonna be about is about the spaceship. They had some problems, so this was definitely not the one that went to the moon. I know that for sure. I know some of you guys that know a lot about space and stuff probably are thinking in their head, how does he not know this stuff? But I just don't. We're gonna hop into this, but if you guys are interested in checking out my full uncut reaction to this movie or anything else on my channel, you guys can check out my Patreon down in the description below. With that, let's hop into Apollo 13. This movie was made again in 1995, so it's not gonna look the best, I know that, but I do hear that this movie is really good. So Apollo 1 pre-launched.
Roger that.
The most hazardous and dangerous and greatest adventure on which man has ever embarked. The entire world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin landed on the moon.
Yeah, they were the ones that went to the moon.
Say this is me here in the command module, and this is you. And Tracy, I'll tell you, when you feel that thing slide in, everything's clicking.
What the fuck?
Apollo 8, they were the first ones around the moon. This guy did 10 laps.
With one hand on the wheel. You guys make yourselves at home. Hey, Mary!
I recognize this actor. He's a very popular. I just can't remember what his name is. I haven't really watched any movies that he's been in.
By Neil Armstrong's backup for this historic moonwalk. And of course his crew. Let's hear it for Jim Lovell, Ken out here.
This is right when it was happening.
Jim, you think it's too late for him to...
On this July 20th, 1900.
I was just about to ask, when was it?
Step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Yo, who actually watched that back then? I'd be curious if any of you guys have. I, of course, was not alive back then.
From now on, we live in a world where man has walked on the moon. On Apollo 8, we were so close. Just 60 nautical miles down. I want to go back there.
Where's my mountain?
Well, you see where the shadow crosses the white area there? That's the Sea of Tranquility.
I don't see it.
Well, you gotta look harder.
Now, this is the actual launch vehicle that will be taking Alan Shepard and his crew on the first leg of the Apollo 13 mission. I'm slated to be the commander of Apollo 14 sometime late next year.
Wait, but this movie's called Apollo 13.
How do you go to the bathroom in space?
Well, I tell you, it's a highly technical process of cranking down the window and looking for a gas station.
Jim, can I have a minute? Something's come up.
Sure, Henry? Hey!
Is it that he's gonna be like, I'm supposed to go on Apollo 13 then?
Maybe say the moon. We've all been bumped up to the prime crew of Apollo 13.
Dang.
Straight?
Well, I knew something wasn't gonna happen. It's called Apollo 13.
Sure.
Jim.
No, absolutely.
No.
I gotta get over there. We're gonna have to get up to speed on this.
Go.
I'm gonna walk on the moon, Marilyn.
I wonder, does he actually make it to the moon? Because I know they had some problems, but I don't remember if they actually make it to the moon or not. But that's what I was gonna say at the start. After him seeing, Neil Armstrong, that makes him now want to try it again. Now he's all excited. He's like, I don't have to wait till Apollo 14. I can do it now. Apollo 13.
Capture. That's it. Ha! That's it.
For sure, in space, you have to be very precise with everything.
Nice try, Frank. You really outfoxed him, brother.
Yeah, but it wasn't perfect. Used up too much fuel.
Well, let's get it right.
Okay, set it up again, Frank.
In their suits now.
Cabin deep pressure, repeat, cabin deep pressure. I got no suit pressure. Kid, get your helmet on!
Wait, what? Oh no, is what she was thinking or dreaming.
The moon's gravity actually grabs us and pulls us into a circle.
Did you know the astronauts on the fire?
Yeah, I did. I knew the astronauts in the fire. All of them.
Did that happen again?
No.
Well, I'll tell you something about it. It's called the hatch. They couldn't get it open when they needed to get out.
Shows it's a big risk to
Yes,
go to
we
space.
fixed it. It's not a problem anymore.
That may not be a problem, but there could be other problems.
Hey, you're new level, aren't you? Hey, Lucky 13!
Second time's done that.
I love older cars.
I'm thinking about not going to the launch.
They've never kept you from coming to the other launch.
Yes, but now I have your mother. She's just had this stroke.
Mom's fine.
I just don't think I can go through all that.
She already has like a thought that
Well, you're gonna miss a hell of a show.
something bad might go down. Just because of her dream too. That'd be hard.
Hey,
Just because
guys.
you know
Hey,
there's a
happy
lot of
week.
risk.
So, the number 13 doesn't bother you.
Only if it's a Friday, Phil.
Apollo 13.
It's nothing routine about flying to the moon. I can vouch for that.
Why is this your last, Jim?
Be walking in a place where there's 400 degrees difference between sunlight and shadow. I can't imagine ever topping that.
2 days prior to your launch.
So Charlie Duke has the measles. So we need a new backup. You've all been exposed to it.
All right, now look. Jack Swigert has been out of the loop for weeks.
He's fully qualified to fly this mission.
He's a fine pilot. But when was the last time he was in a simulator?
We can either scrub Mattingly, go with Swigert, or we can bump all three of you to a later mission.
And this is flight surgeon horseshit, Deke.
Jim, if you hold out for Ken, you will not be on Apollo 13.
Because I'm on the backup crew.
Oh, this guy?
Who has to set up the guest list? I understand. Thank you, sir.
I mean, I know it's their ass if I get sick up there, but I mean, Jesus! You sure about this, Jim? I mean, why don't I go upstairs and talk to Deke? I'm sure we can work this out.
This was my call.
Look, I don't have the measles. I'm not gonna get the measles.
Holding steady.
Man, I don't know. I feel like you should probably push it
Okay, we're in
back.
program 6.
We're coming in too steep. I'm gonna stay in this roll, see if I can pull us out of it. We're at 12 G's.
12 G's, we're running up.
Damn it! Came in too steep. We're dead. No shit.
Yeah.
Jim, could we have a word?
It's probably like, damn it, now I gotta get out of here.
If I had $1 for every time they killed me in this thing, I wouldn't have to work for you, Deke. Well, we have 2 days. We'll be ready. Let's do it again.
All right, still gonna remain confident. See, I don't know. I push it back a bit just to be safe, but I know they can't do that. He actually showed up.
Well, hey, that looks like Marilyn Lovell. But it can't be. She's not coming to the launch.
I heard it was going to be a hell of a show.
Well, here we go. This is the day of launch then.
We walk on the moon.
Yeah, we walk and we talk on the moon.
I don't know, would any of you guys actually, if you were able to, given the chance to go to the moon, would you guys actually take it? I don't know if I would. At least not yet. I mean, she just wrote the wedding ring. Dang, on to this day too? Like, what? That's not gonna help her any. That's gonna make her believe that there's bad luck. That's actually crazy that she literally drops her wedding ring on this day.
I'm gonna give these guys a beautiful ride.
Sure you will, Jack.
But yeah, I know we haven't like went to the moon in forever, because I know there was like an accident that happened where like a spaceship blew up, and I think it like had a
You need more
teacher on
air?
it. I'm not sure when we're like expected to go to the moon next, or if even are. Oh yeah, I do know that they've been talking about Mars, but I don't know anything about that either.
all set.
You gotta be brave to do this. Now you just gotta, if you're one of them, you just gotta hope that everything's built right and everything, you know?
Give me a go, no go for launch. Booster.
Go.
Retro. Go. Vital.
We go for
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
Roger that, Houston.
Dang, those old cars though are just so nice. It's crazy though that they have a crewmate on there that's just joined their crew just a few days ago.
We are go for launch. T-minus
15, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Jesus.
Bio, how we looking?
Get ready for a little choke, fellas.
Little?
Houston, this is 13. We've got a center engine cut off. Go on the other 4.
Looks good. We're still go. We'll be all right as long as we don't lose another one.
Roger that.
13, we're not sure why they...
ST shut down. Ignition. First looks good, flight.
They like,
Cut down.
they already in space. It only took like 12 minutes. I'd always love to know how it feels though in space like that with zero gravity. It's like,
Remember, if you're proud, happy, and thrilled.
How are you feeling?
We're very proud and very happy when we're thrilled.
Gonna go ahead and get set for transposition and docking.
oh my god. That's disgusting. And in space now? So now his throat's just gonna be floating around?
Houston, we've got a good separation.
How's the alignment?
GDC, align.
I don't even know what any of these terms even mean. But that is crazy though that like, you know, the whole rocket ship at the very end now, it's just like one little piece.
How are we looking, Fredo? We're not there yet.
40 feet.
This is what they're describing at the start of the movie. What was it?
Fit. Talk back his barber pole.
Go ahead and retract.
Jack and I will eat.
Hey, I'm hungry.
Are you sure?
I could eat the ass out of a dead rhinoceros.
You don't want him to keep throwing up.
Oh, it's too bad we can't demonstrate this on TV. Okay.
I wonder how in this movie though they made it seem like they're in space, like having the floating stuff too. Like I wonder how they did it.
Now that's a beautiful sight.
Barbara! What's going, Mom? Dad won't even know if we're there.
The whole world is going to be watching this broadcast.
Okay, good evening, America, and welcome aboard Apollo 13. Hello, world.
All the networks dumped us. One of them said we made going to the moon about as exciting as taking a trip to Pittsburgh.
My son's supposed to be on. He's in outer space. They're not on the air.
We'll tell them when they get back.
Well, folks, let's head on down to the lunar excursion module. Follow me.
Layers of tinfoil, and that's all that protects us from the
spinning
vacuum
around.
of space.
We can get away with this because the
For space. Fred Hayes. All right, we've returned to the command. Stand by 1, Houston.
Wishing everyone back on Earth.
It's crazy that they actually don't broadcast this though.
Pleasant evening.
All their TV channels.
Say that was a pretty successful broadcast.
That's an excellent show, Austin.
Thank you very much, Houston. 060.
So many buttons on the spaceship, like
Give your oxygen
memorize
tanks a stir.
every single button.
Roger.
What happens now?
Hey, we've got a problem here.
What did you do?
Nothing. I stirred the tanks. This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we have a problem.
That's where that.
We have a main bus
I
being
didn't know
undervolt.
what movie that came
We've
from.
got a lot of
but
thruster
okay,
activity here, Houston. We've got multiple caution and warning, Houston. We've got to reset and restart.
All right, I'm going in.
Flight, the heart rates are skyrocketing.
Econ, what's your data telling you?
Yeah, no kidding.
O2 tank 2 and radio signal flight. Their antenna must be
22. They're gonna have to do it manually if they do.
One at a time, people. One at a time.
You got a pretty large bang there associated with a master alarm. Shit, it's main bus A.
About bangs and shimmies up there. Doesn't sound like instrumentation to me.
You are breaking up 13.
You get this hatch to seal. Just stow it.
What system do you have down?
Okay, Jim. SMRCS 3. We got a main bus B undervolt, cryo pressure, suit compressor.
And O2 flow high. I don't know.
Maybe this is a caution and warning failure.
Houston, we are venting something out into space. It's got to be the oxygen.
Yeah, I was gonna say 02. And yeah, that's crazy. Just how everything was going so good, and then instantly it just switched up. That's how dangerous space is.
I want everybody to alert your support teams. Wake up anybody you need, get them in here. Let's not make things worse by guessing.
O2 tank 2 steel 0. Tank 1, 218 PSI and falling.
Is that what you're getting? Confirm.
We're not gonna have power much longer. The ship's bleeding to death.
Flight, I recommend we shut down the reactant valves of the fuel cells. The Odyssey is dying. From my chair here, this is the last option.
Capcom, let's have them close the reactant valves.
13, this is Houston.
Shutting down the fuel cells. Did I hear you right?
Tell them we think that's the only way they can stop the leak.
Yeah, Jim,
We think that closing the react valves may stop the leak.
Yes, Houston, we copy. We just lost the moon.
It has to be hard though. Go through all that training and then end up not being able to go to the moon now when you were just so close.
This doesn't work. We're not gonna have enough power left to get home.
Like now the mission, it changed from going to the moon to being able to now to get back home.
Pero, how long does it take to power up the LEM?
3 hours by the checklist.
We don't have that much time.
Okay, guys, listen up. Here's the drill. We're moving the astronauts over to the LEM. We got to get some oxygen up there.
We already have Fredo in the LEM, Houston.
We've got serious time pressure here, Jim. You've got to get the guidance program transferred. And you've got...
They got it.
Houston, be aware I've moved from the command module into the LEM. Houston, this is 13. Are you back with me now?
Okay, Jim. I need this back to me before they power down.
All right, I got it. Hold on.
Now, Jack, we need to proceed with steps.
Okay, Houston, check me. I've completed these gimbal conversions, but I need a double check of the arithmetic.
I haven't known like any of these terms so far. Just like
Looks good, Flight. All right.
Good here?
gosh, the most important thing with this whole problems going on is the communication that they're having with Houston. They are a huge help to them right now. Thank goodness they still have that. If they didn't have the communication, I don't know if they'd be able to have a chance to survive this.
Colonel Borman is here.
At ABC News, here is ABC Science editor Jules.
Just turned it off at the wrong time. I bet this is his wife watching it.
Slow down. An electrical failure. What exactly does that mean?
The emergency is...
What do you mean there's no immediate danger? I just heard they're losing oxygen. Can they get back? No, don't give me that NASA bullshit. I want to know what's happening with my husband.
5 minutes now, Jack.
Whoa, the RCS isn't up yet.
Houston, be aware. Our RCS
isn't up here yet. We have no attitude control on it. We're all out of whack.
Trying to pitch.
It's like flying with a dead elephant on our back.
Flight guidance. We're getting awfully close to center here.
Aquarius, watch that middle gimbal.
We don't want you tumbling off into space.
Only by a very narrow margin that we're going to get Lovell, Hayes, and Swigert back alive.
Marilyn?
Jesus.
Not so much the linear.
It's like, in her head, she's like, I knew it something bad was gonna happen.
He said he was going to get me a moon rock.
Right. Something broke on your daddy's spaceship.
Was it the door?
13, Houston. Houston Aquarius.
Luckily it wasn't the door.
We've had to learn how to fly all over again, but...
You know for sure that we can power this thing back up.
It's gonna get awfully cold in here. Let's have to deal with that later.
Later? Under how cold? I mean, I know space is really cold. I do know that, so...
Fredo, we're gonna have to execute some sort of a burn here. It's just a matter of when.
Gosh, if you were up there just not knowing if you're gonna be able to make it back, be scary.
They are here. We turn them around, straight back, direct abort.
It's even working, and if there's been serious damage to this spacecraft...
They blow up and they die.
That is not the argument.
Once we get the guys around the moon, we'll fire up the LEM engine, make a long burn, pick up some speed. I don't care what anything was designed to do. I care about what it can do. So let's get to work. Let's lay it out, okay? We're not losing the crew.
Gene, I gotta give them odds. 5 to 1 against 3 to 1.
I don't think they're that good. We are not losing those men.
I like him that he's staying confident. He's not even gonna give any doubt.
You want to look?
Well, at least they do get to get a close view of the moon. But it sucks that they can't land on it though. Just being this close.
Coming up on Mount Maryland. Jim, you gotta take a look at this.
So on Earth. Catch you on the flip side.
Oh, that's gonna go pitch black.
The problem now is not so much a question of adequate oxygen supply, but it is the rate of consumption of water, which is vitally.
Couldn't imagine being his wife though. Just not knowing.
Look, it's
Made
from
it on the other side.
It's beautiful. It's Miriam Dream to the north.
And it's just so sad that, again, been all that time, just multiple tries now, and it's just still just wasn't able to land. This stupid spaceship, man.
13, this is Houston. We're reading your telemetry.
What are your intentions? I'd like to go home.
So you're telling me you can only give our guys 45 hours?
Off. Now. They're not going to make it to re-entry.
What do you mean, everything?
With everything on, the LEM draws 60 amps. At that rate, in 16 hours, the batteries are dead, not 45. And so's the crew. We got to get them down to 12 amps.
Now, in the meantime, we're going to have a frozen command module up there. In a couple days, we're going to have to power it up, use nothing but the re-entry batteries. You guys to find every engineer who designed every switch, every circuit, every transistor, and every light bulb that's up there. Then I want you to talk to the guy in the assembly line who actually built the thing. I want this marked all the way back to Earth with time to spare. Failure is not an option.
What are you doing here?
Gotta get you in the simulators. We gotta ship to land.
What?
There's been an explosion.
Is that what?
Oxygen tanks are gone too few.
You started on a procedure?
Well, the engineers have tried, but, I mean, it's your ship. We got to get you in there.
Okay. I need a flashlight. That's not what they have up there. Don't give me anything they don't have on board.
Let's get this show on the road. Put them in space, fellas. Okay, Houston, that leaves us with just the computer, which I'm shutting down now.
It's running a temperature, and none of them has slept since the
Can't
explosion.
order these guys to go to sleep.
Did you sleep up there? Gonna get awful cold in there for those guys. Told the doc.
You're already up to 8 on the gauges. Anything over 15, and you get impaired judgment, blackouts, the beginnings of brain asphyxia.
What about the scrubbers on the command module?
Those CO2 levels are going to be getting toxic.
Well, I suggest you gentlemen invent a way to put a square peg in a round hole. Rapidly.
We gotta find a way to make this fit into the hole for this. Using nothing but that.
It's interesting how they're trying to figure this out.
I have a request from the news people.
Uh-huh.
They're out front here, and they want to put a transmitter up on the lawn.
I thought they didn't care about this mission. They didn't even run Jim's show. If landing on the moon wasn't dramatic enough for them, why should not landing on it be?
Real.
Don't put one piece of equipment on my lawn. If they have a problem with that, they can take it up with my husband. He'll be home on Friday.
That's crazy. Now since they have all this going on, now everybody's like cares. When before they didn't. They didn't even air his show. My dog will be quiet in a second.
You don't look too good, Fredo.
They'll survive.
There's some aspirin in the
I
medical
took some.
kit.
Jim, I'm all right. It was an accident. Mary getting pregnant. Wonder if it's a boy or a girl.
You're gonna find out soon enough.
I've been going over the numbers again.
Have they called up with a re-entry plan yet? Because we're coming in too shallow.
We're working on something, Jack. Just hold on.
It's burned too long. At this rate, we're going to skip right out of the atmosphere, and we're never going to get back.
How'd you figure that?
I can add. What if they had made a mistake, all right, and there was no way to reverse it? Do you think they would tell us?
Talking about number 692.
And in the meantime, I'm trying to tell you we're coming in too fast. I think they know it, and I think that's why we don't have a goddamn re-entry plan. Ow! God damn it!
Hey!
Shit!
Gauge reading before you hit the switch.
Hey, don't tell me how to fly the damn CM, all right?
You don't
They brought
even
me in
know,
here
do you?
to do a job. This is not my fault!
No one is saying it is. All right, look, we're not doing this, gentlemen. We are not going to do this. We're not going to go bouncing off the walls for 10 minutes. Because we're just going to end up right back here with the same problems. Are we on Vox?
No, we're not on Vox.
Yeah, Houston, this is Aquarius. Go ahead. CO2 measurement has jumped 4 notches in the last hour.
Jim, we're working on a procedure down here for you.
Christ, I know why my numbers are wrong. I only figured it for 2 people.
Maybe I should just hold my breath.
Heads up.
Looks like they got something.
What's this?
That's what they gotta make.
Well, I hope you got the procedures for me. Right here.
I want you to rip the cover off the flight plan.
With pleasure.
All right, now, duct tape.
They're probably like, what? This is actually crazy, because since this is based on a true story and everything, it's like crazy that it came down to this.
All right.
Hold on, he.
With each breath, the 3 men expel more of the poisonous gas into the lunar module cockpit, and the scrubbers and...
Shit, I tore it.
They just tore the bag. Stand by.
Which...
Uh-oh.
Well, I'd have to say that this is the most serious situation we've ever encountered in manned spaceflight.
Houston, filters in place.
Roger, sir.
I can hear air moving.
We're still holding close to 15, Houston. Roger that.
Oh. Oh, it's going down.
Houston, the CO2 level has dropped.
And it worked. That's just crazy that they were able to do that. They had to work fast, though.
Don't know that yet, John. The sequence was wrong. We'll just have to go back and try them one at a time.
You need a break, Ken?
If they don't get one, I don't get one.
They can't fix a damn thing in this place.
Blanche, it's Marilyn. There's been an accident. Jimmy's okay. He's all right. They're all okay. They're all right. But now they're just going to try to figure out a way to get them home.
Are you scared? You worry, honey. Could get a washing machine to fly. My Jimmy could land it.
Dang, now it's like frozen. That's crazy. But they had to like go through all of this.
Jack, you'll be happy to hear that we contacted President Nixon, and he's gonna grant you an extension on your income taxes.
That's wonderful news.
Tell them they have to sleep.
We've had another request from the flight surgeon that you fellas get some more sleep.
It's about this. I am sick and tired of the entire Western world knowing how my kidneys are functioning.
You just ripped it off.
I'm not wearing my biomed sensors, Houston.
Okay, Jim. Copy that.
Think they're gonna rip theirs off too.
Flight, now I'm losing
No.
all 3 of them.
I'm sure the guys are still with us. Let's cut them some slack, okay?
I definitely felt like they were making it worse by just constantly just telling them, oh, you need sleep, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's like,
Need another burn to get them back in the corridor.
Another burn.
Another burn.
Fire the engines and get them on course.
Copy that.
hot dog's like, hard as a rock.
Advise it's going to take Fredo and I a while to power up the computer for the alignment platform if we have to fire the engine.
We gotta do this blind.
Houston, without the computer, what do we use for orientation? Well, now look, Houston, all we need to hold attitude is one fixed point in space. Is that not correct? Well, Houston, we've got one. If we can keep the Earth in the window, flying manually, the COAS
Crosshairs right on its terminator.
Safely
The crew must aim for a corridor just 2.5 degrees wide. If they're too steep, they'll incinerate in the steadily thickening air. The crew would have to hit a target no thicker than this piece of paper.
What?
Okay, people, on you.
They're gonna burn the engines and steer it manually, attempting to keep the Earth in the window.
You handle the pitch, but on the translation controller. It's all backwards, so if the Earth starts drifting down, you need to
give us a count of the last 10 seconds up to 39. Let's not miss this.
The precision that they have to have for this.
Go for the manual burn.
X plus, button at 10 seconds. Mark.
Come on, baby.
Go. 2, 1.
Oh my goodness.
It's burning. Oh yeah.
10 seconds.
Okay, drop it down, Fredo. We're drifting. No, you hold what you got. I'll roll it. Back off. Okay, hold it right there. That's it. Back. No, Fredo, back. Shit, I'm losing it. 20 seconds. Bring the Earth up.
Forward, Fred.
Damn it. That's mine. That's me. Round. Steady. Steady.
9.
Shut down.
I think they got it. Yeah.
Houston, we have shutdown.
That's close enough, Jim. Good work.
How about
So
it?
they had to do that manually though. Like just like that's
You
crazy.
betcha. Well, let's hope we don't have to do that again. Gentlemen, we've given our guys enough to survive till re-entry. Now we gotta get them in. Tell me about the power-up procedures.
Here's the order of what I want to do.
Fine, then trade off the parachutes. Something.
Well, if the chutes don't open, what's the point?
Ken, you're telling me what you need. I'm telling you what we have to work with.
Sequencing again and find more power. Let's start from scratch. Clear the board.
I don't know where the hell we're gonna find it.
Flip on my map light, and then suddenly, zap, everything shorts out right there in my cockpit. All my instruments are gone, my lights are gone, and I can't even tell now what my altitude is. There's this green trail. It's like a long carpet that's just laid out right beneath me, and it was the algae just leading me home. And now, if my cockpit lights hadn't shorted out, there's no way I'd have ever been able to see that. You never know what events are going to transpire to get you home.
Let's go, Fred. I'm okay.
Oh shoot. I was about to say I wonder how cold it is like now.
Just a burst disk. Houston, can you confirm a burst helium disk? We sure could use the re-entry procedure up here.
That's coming real soon, Aquarius.
Houston, we just can't throw this together at the last minute. The world's getting awfully big in the window.
Jim, this is Deke.
They don't know how to do it.
Jim, we're going to get that power-up procedure to you. We're going to get it as soon as we possibly can.
Ken Mattingly's in the simulator right now.
3 or 4 amps.
God damn it, John. Is it 3 or 4?
4.
4.
He's gonna figure it out. I know he is.
We know they have some power left in the LEM batteries, right? Reverse it. Reverse the flow and see if we can draw these 4 amps from the LEM batteries before we cut it loose. Why can't we do that?
I want whatever you guys got on these power procedures.
Gene, they're already...
No, I don't want the whole damn Bible. Just give me a couple chapters. We gotta get something up to these guys. God damn it! I don't want another estimate. I want the procedures. Now!
Fine so far.
Say again.
You're under the limit. Keep going.
Here we go. CMC attitude.
Go ahead.
Is your computer on now?
Up and running.
Oh, barely.
I think we got it, buddy.
Alright, now they need to tell him. So they can get prepared.
This is the sequence.
Has it tried it on the hardware yet?
We didn't have time.
Yeah, we read you, Ken. Are the flowers blooming in Houston?
That's a negative, Jim. I don't have the measles.
Just distract her when the heavy predictions come in. This is Neil Armstrong, and this is Buzz Aldrin.
Hi.
Are you boys in the space program, too?
Well, I'm having trouble reading my own writing. I guess I'm a little more tired than I thought.
Don't worry, Jack. I'll talk you through it.
Ken, there's an awful lot of condensation on these panels. What's the word on these things shorting out? It's like trying to drive a toaster through a car wash.
Main bus B is closed.
Okay, 13, we're coming up on entry interface.
Now, how could they be underweight? We didn't land on the moon.
Say again, Houston, ballast.
That's a firm. Well, you got to get the weight right. We were expecting you to be toting a couple 100 pounds of moon rocks.
Jeez,
go
just
ahead, Ken.
the non-stop, just constant, just another problem after another problem, like, just doesn't stop.
CMRCS pressure on.
CMRCS pressurization.
There can be no easy maneuver, and their LEM lifeboat is doing things and working longer than it was ever intended to.
Yeah, that's a firm. Go ahead and try it. Yeah, that's more like.
Okay, let's go.
Take a look at your hands. How we doing? Let's go. All right.
Just imagine though how exhausted they must feel though, like being out there, not getting like any sleep.
Jim, we're ready for SM jettison.
All right, Jack, on 3.
There it is. I see it. Oh.
Houston, we're getting a first look at the service module now.
The whole panel is blown out. Right up to our heat shield.
Can you see that?
The heat shield.
The heat will build up to as much as 3,000 or 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Causing the spacecraft to hit the water not at a gentle 20 miles per hour, but at a suicidal 300.
In Rome, Pope Paul led 50,000 people in prayers for the safe return of the astronauts. In Jerusalem,
That's just
prayers at the
crazy
Wailing
though
Wall.
that it just went so worldwide now, when before they no one cared about it.
Face. A little while longer. We're gonna hit that water in the South Pacific.
Man, so close now, he can already see it.
Houston, we're coming up on LEM jettison. Stand by.
Have you got everybody in the Odyssey?
Yeah, Ken, I'm gonna check those pyro back.
What is that?
Oh, I was getting a little punchy and I didn't want to cut the LEM loose with you guys still in it.
It's good thinking.
We have lunar module jettison.
All right.
Very well, Aquarius.
Sad, because that's what they were gonna use to land on the moon with. So my mind just thinking about though, like how it seems like almost impossible that their little thing is gonna be able to land like safe enough into the water without it just like, I don't know, coming in too hot, you know?
Cracked and their parachutes might be 3 blocks of ice. Clearly we have some obstacles to overcome.
Okay, Ken, we are aligned for re-entry. Jim, we're gonna need that computer re-entry program. Fred, how the batteries looking?
Could be the worst disaster NASA's ever experienced.
With all due respect, sir, I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
And on my mark, your velocity
Will be 35,245 feet per second.
Gentlemen, it's been a privilege flying with you.
So there's to see now how they go through it.
Expect to regain signal in 3 minutes.
That's crazy.
1 minute and 30 seconds to end of blackout.
No re-entering ship has ever taken longer than 3 minutes to emerge from blackout.
Mommy, you're squishing me.
I'm sorry, sweetie.
I couldn't imagine just being there, just like they just don't know what's gonna happen. It's just
Okay, flight, that's 3
could
minutes.
go
We are
either
standing
way.
by for-
The expected time of reacquisition, the time when the astronauts were expected to come out of blackout, has come and gone.
Odyssey, this is Houston. Do you read me?
3 minutes, 30 seconds, stand by.
Wow, it went
Odyssey, Houston, do you read me?
30 seconds after at least.
That's 4 minutes, standing by.
Odyssey, Houston, do you read?
Oh. Wow.
Hello, Houston. This is Odyssey. It's good to see you again.
That's crazy. It went way over that time, but they still made it.
Odyssey, Houston, welcome home. We're glad to see you.
Man, I was feeling a little bit teary-eyed, but I was trying to hold it back because I'm happy that they made it. They all had to like have such good communication for this all to work out. Like watching this movie now and learning just everything they had to go through, it's unbelievable that they were able to bring them back. There was just so many moments where, you know, like it could have been it. And the fact that they all three survived too, because I was feeling like a little bit sometimes Fred would maybe, I don't know, something might happen to him since he was really, you know,
Houston,
struggling.
we're at Stable
but-
1. This is Apollo 13 signing off. Our mission was called a successful failure, in that we returned safely but never made it to the moon. It was a minor defect that occurred 2 years before I was even named the flight's commander.
Man.
Fred Hayes was going back to the moon on Apollo 18, but his mission was canceled because of budget cuts. He never flew in space again. Congress from the state of Colorado. But he died of cancer before he was able to take office.
What?
Gene Kranz retired as director of flight operations just not long ago. And many other members of Mission Control have gone on to other things. As for
Gene
me,
was
7
amazing,
extraordinary
just
days
because
of Apollo. I watched other men
he
walk on
knew
the moon
they were going to be able
and
to
return
do
safely.
it.
I sometimes catch myself looking up at the moon, remembering the changes of fortune in our long voyage. I look up at the moon and wonder, when will we be going back? And who will that be?
I'm wondering that too. Wow, what an amazing movie, and just great ending there. I'm so happy that they all lived because, again, I didn't know if they would all three make it or what, but thank goodness. After watching this, I love Gene, man, because he remained positive throughout the whole thing. He never had any doubt. He knew that they were going to get the job done, and you know, all the people that worked around him, you know, they would come up to him and say, oh, they're doing this, or they're going to be running out of oxygen and everything like that. And he just remained positive. He was just a perfect leader for this mission. And then for Jim, Fred, and Jack, them having to go through all that they had to go through there in space, and you know, not really knowing if they were going to be able to make it back home or not. Jim was a great leader up there as well, by, you know, staying positive too. I love how this movie was able to show how Jack was able to do it, because you know, whenever they had to switch him out for Ken, they were like, I don't know if he'll be good enough to, you know, go with you guys, but he actually was. It was so cool though that Ken actually got to help them though still, even though he was down in Houston. Like, he still played a huge part in helping them to get back home. It's still sad and really unfortunate that they weren't able to land on the moon, since that was all of their dreams, but they are one of the first people to actually go to space and get close to the moon like that. Sure, they didn't land on it like Neil Armstrong, but they still, you know, got that opportunity, and it's amazing that they were able to actually make it back home alive just due to, you know, the problems that they were having with their spaceship. This movie definitely shows the huge risk that it is to go to space. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, you have to get right for your trip to be successful, and one little mistake can literally just be the end. And so that's probably why we haven't went to space ever since. I don't even know, how long has it been since we've been to space, because I know there hasn't been anything like as of recently. And I know we send like robots now and stuff, you know, to Mars and other planets, but going to the moon, I don't know when we'll go there next. You guys know anything about that? You guys can let me know down in the comments, because I'm really interested to know that. I'm sure we'll go there again eventually. I'm assuming it's whenever they know for sure that they'll be able to make it there safely, because, you know, they have to wait for technology to advance and everything. So, and since this happened a while back ago, I'm sure now they would have a way better chance of be able to have, you know, more successful missions to the moon. So maybe that'll be coming up soon. The only way I would ever go to space, to go to, you know, the moon, or go to even another planet, because I know that's what they've been talking about, is going to Mars and starting, you know, a civilization there and everything. But the only way I would ever do that is that they would have to have had like so many like successful flights for me to feel confident enough to get on a spaceship, because there's no way I would get on one like now, or even within the next 20 years or something. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, everything's good, you know. Let me know down in the comments though what you guys think about that. If you guys were given like a chance to go to space like right now, would you guys actually take it? I want to give another big shout out to Jonathan Edge for requesting me to watch this film, because it was freaking amazing film. I loved it. I feel like everyone should watch this film, which probably a lot of people have, since it came out in 1995, so probably most people have, but still, I feel like everyone should. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one.